Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're looking at what the Tiger Force of 1988 was. Um, One of the things that I kind of noticed with doing the Night Force was it looked like there were extra vehicles that were probably brought in later on. So um, I did save the original file that I'm using on this, and I'm going to do the same thing with this, so that way we can go back and we can add to these, and we can go from there. So back in 1988, just like where we had the Night Force, they also came up with Tiger Force. So we're bringing back some of the other vehicles that have been done in years prior. Most notably, we start off with the Tiger Cat, which was 1985's Snowcat. Now, I love the design of this. I love the half track. I just don't know exactly, what the theater that they're hoping for with this. That we still have the kind of sled torpedoes on there. Uh, that's just kind of my thought there. It, maybe it'll work in a jungle or not. I usually think of Tiger Force being in a jungle scenario, so that's my thought. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Tiger Force is something that's going to be more in a desert, and possibly in that case, the sleds would make some sense. So, there again, it's how I perceive things to what everyone else is going to perceive things, and I understand that there's a difference there. However, that all works. Being a yellowish would probably work a little bit better in the desert, but for me, I hear Tiger Force and I always think of being in the jungles. Uh, just the way I think of things. So, starting off in 1988's Tiger Force, we do have the Tiger Cat, we have the Tiger Fly, which is our 1983 Dragonfly in a nice tiger print. And then we get the Tiger Paw, which was 1985's Ferret. Now they did make this in the 112 scale, the 6-inch figure scale. If you can find it, wonderful. These had gotten bought up really quick. I was not able to get any myself. I might be able to find them on eBay, but we'll have to kind of go from there. So we have the Tiger Paw. We also have the Tiger Rat. So G.I. Joe has apparently captured enough of the Rattlers from 1984 toy line that we now have enough to field in the Tiger Force line. And then we also have the Tiger Shark, which was the old Cobra water moccasin. And this is what rounds up what we have here to start off with. So in this regard, yeah, we have desert areas where there are water systems and all that, but this is not one of the things that I typically think of in a desert. That's why, again, I think of Tiger Force. I'm thinking more of our jungle warfare kind of deals. I'm, what really screams out in my mind is more Vietnam, that theater. So whether I'm right or wrong, or however anyone else wants to take that, that is where I'm going with this. So, uh, but it is interesting. So we got the six vehicles here: one, two, three, four, five vehicles to start off our Tiger Force in 1988. It brought some older vehicles back to the forefront again. New color schemes, a new force line. I didn't print off who all of our personnel are, which maybe I should try and do that real quick. We'll see what we can come up with. Um, as I'm looking for this, and we can try and go, we have our toys, figures, and I will try and see if I can't get 1988, which would have our Tiger Force. So we do have. Oh, if I can get this correctly here. All right. So we will add this on here. This is our force for our characters, which I did not do on our Night Force. So I do apologize for that because that wasn't even a silly thought I had in my head. Uh, for whatever reason, I just didn't even think about it. We'll put it at a size that hopefully everyone can see a little bit better. And I don't want the hyperlinks on here because I'm sure that these are hyperlinks, or maybe they're not. Nope, looks like I got rid of the hyperlinks. Okay, so we do have Bazooka version 2. We have Duke, Dusty, Flint, Lifeline, Roadblock, Tripwire. And we have Frostbite, Recondo, and Sky Striker, which is a new pilot for our Tiger Rat. Uh, and again, this is something that I've noticed, because we put Duke and Flint pretty much everywhere. Uh, so unfortunately, we're always adding those two as our main leaders for all these different groups, and we can't obviously have them everywhere. Uh, that's why I mentioned in the Night Force if we would actually take and put new people in command of different areas. Maybe Tiger Force would be a wonderful group to be led by uh, Beachhead, because he was like third or fourth in command, however that worked out. Uh, you know, we could always elevate somebody else that was a pretty decent character, but was never really given that opportunity to fully come into that on their own. Um, I think Beachhead was always a very stern character, but I think once he got into his own command and able to actually have to deal with the different personalities, I think that might actually kind of mellow him out a little bit and make him a better leader, much like Flint and Duke. I look at them as kind of like the Optimus Prime. These are people you look at and you say they have the experiences to understand that sometimes you have good soldiers, good personnel, and sometimes they're they're taken down by personal issues. Um, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of working with them, coaxing them to get over those issues, and you can kind of keep working on that. You know, some of the same things that has been brought up lately in some of my feeds that, because I watch a lot of YouTube myself, has been brought up about the old traditional Star Trek, where you have characters that sometimes are good characters, but they have certain flaws, and it's our job to say, I have a good person here. We just have to work through these issues. We've had issues where Dusty he went to Duke. His mother was having some problems, and she needed the money to get the medical care. He's been approached by Cobra. They use him as a double agent to try and kind of get at Cobra, but unfortunately, in the process, Duke was hurt. Nobody else understood what was going on, so Dusty was put into kind of a interesting situation where he had to kind of turn his back on GI Joe to finish the mission to complete what was supposed to happen. And thankfully, Duke comes around in time to kind of help finish everything off. And Dusty kept doing what he was supposed to do. He was playing the double agent, even though he knew he lost all the trust and faith from his former allies. And he helped to turn things around on Cobra, that what they thought was going to be their greatest theft and accomplishment turned into be a complete farce, and everything turned to dust and that. So these are great things to have. I think that's why we keep bringing Duke and Flint in, because they are good embodiments of those. But to bring other characters in like Beachhead and have them having to deal with some of that stuff, and possibly even reach out to say, hey, I'm dealing with these problems to like Duke or Flint or someone else, and then go from there. With that, it's nice bringing this out to you. Not so much in stats on anything today. We're going to get back into that next week as we start hitting our 1989 list of vehicles, and we will go from there. As you notice, I'm getting down to just doing one video a day. Trying to get the extra videos in that. I can kind of do it, but I'm kind of not spending as much time with the family as they really need. So, trying to make sure I'm getting enough family time so I don't have an angry wife at me. That's an important thing in my life. So, with that, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for visiting. It's wonderful having you guys stop by. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.